What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Trinity Road Tape. Happy holidays from Trinity Road Times if you are watching this around the time that it was posted. Good Christmas gift here if you're an NC State fan. Got a bowl win, the first one since 2017, so that was a nice little monkey off the back. Uh, Pretty much a beatdown of Memphis. It was 31-7 at halftime. That State pretty much dominated the first half and really the second half of the game, even though there was no points scored. And this was a play that I really liked a lot, so I want to do a video on this. This is the first touchdown pass of the game, the deep post touchdown to Wesley Grimes. If you were watching the game, if you remember, this was the one where he took the huge hit and then threw up in the back of the end zone. But he held on to the ball, scored a touchdown. And I like this one because State has a really good call here to beat exactly what Memphis is showing them, right? So Memphis is gonna play cover two on this play, and State's gonna have a perfect call to beat that. And so I wanted to kind of take a look at how that worked, why it worked, how the routes work together to manipulate space and defenders to create a void to throw the ball into, and kind of the mechanics of all that. I'm sure State has probably ran this play before this year. I don't have it anywhere, so it was new to me. So I definitely noted it and I wanted to talk about it. So first things first, what is this play? So going from top to bottom on your screen, right here on the boundary side, you got Wesley Grimes. He's going to run the deep post. The classic cover two killer, deep post, right? The Tampa 2 defense was created way back in the day, specifically to deal with this huge vulnerability of cover two, right? So it's like we mentioned, Memphis is going to play cover two here. So you're going to get the deep post. Justin Jolie here is going to run the out, and then you're going to get a seam clear out here from Teddy Hoffman, and you're going to get a dig from Noah Rogers, right? So they're going to run like a dagger concept here to the field side. The post is what's gonna catch the touchdown, right? Wesley Grimes is gonna catch the touchdown on the post. So cover two from Memphis. What is Memphis doing, and why does this work? So cover two is ubiquitous in football. It's been around forever. It's not played the way it was played 40 years ago. The every if you follow X's and O's of football, you're familiar with the old stories of Nick Saban and Bill Belichick and creating match coverage to deal with four verticals. Cover two, if you just played with two high and five underneath zone defenders, you'd get eaten alive by the vertical route. So you have to have a response to that. So what does that look like here? This is a pretty common modern cover two structure. So deep half for this safety, deep half for this safety. One of the big advantages of cover two is that your corners have flat responsibility, so they can easily eliminate quick routes to the flat, little things with like the running back where you can out leverage a defender trying to gain width. So the corners have the flats. Memphis actually going to run a creeper here, so they're going to show four. They're going to drop one of these guys and bring another. So this guy is actually going to drop and become the hole defender. This guy is going to be the hook defender. This guy is going to be the hook defender to the boundary. This guy is going to blitz. All right, so that's what a creeper is. You get four rushers, but not the original four that you were showing. So the important thing here is really what the technique is for the corners and the hook defenders. So let's clear this out real quick. So these guys have flat responsibility. If nobody comes to the flat, they can bail and play trail technique on number one, and cover the vertical route from underneath. And then your hook players here are playing what's called vertical hook. So this guy has this zone as his responsibility, but if number two is vertical here, then this guy needs to run with that. And like we talked about earlier, that's just a response to the problem that four verts can create for cover two. So you're going to see a lot of that take place here. So let's watch what happens. Let's watch how this starts. And pay attention to where the defenders end up and the amount of space that's there for Wesley Grimes as he catches the ball. So we'll start this off. You got your two safeties bailing, right? Flat responsibility here. You can see this guy Hoffman is looking like he's going vertical, so this guy is getting ready to carry this. This guy is going to, he's got eyes on Jolie, right? He's going to carry Jolie, who looks like he's going to go vertical, but Jolie's going to break out. So the defender's going to break with him, and the corner is going to sit on that in the flat. So Jolie's going to end up collecting two guys there. So we'll see that. All right, so you see there's your hook defender. He's over here. There's your flat defender. He's over here. And so now what you've created is a ton of space here for this post route to break into. Essentially now he's one-on-one with a safety who has very poor leverage to try and cover this post. They've removed any help from that, and then you can't see it yet, but the seam vertical route from Teddy Hoffman is going to carry the other safety out of this area so he can't help opposite side on this. So you basically create this one-on-one with really poor leverage for the safety. And so that's how those routes really work together to create that void. You'll hear this type of play called like a void attacker. The route from Hoffman is not part of a progression. It's not meant to be thrown ever. It is a structural clear out. It is remove coverage, create a void, send somebody into that void, which is exactly what they do here with Wesley Grimes. You get the right call against the right defense, a good throw. You get that guy coming back and obliterating him, but he catches the ball and scores a touchdown. And that's what happens when you get the right call against the right defense. And State goes up 14-0, and at this point they never looked back.